Hi, friends. As you all know, I had a fantastic time in Eldoret. I visited a dorper farmer or stroke breeder. I think he's mostly doing breeding dorpers, of course, the hybrids and all that from South Africa, and we had a very exciting day. It was a very fantastic day to be in Eldoret, to meet the farmers, to meet other people that we could network with. It was a group of about 60 or so, or even more farmers coming together just to learn about dorper farming. And in the training, we were taught about disease and health management, basically for dorpers, feeding and nutrition. We had breeding and reproduction, and then the marketing aspect of it. And why I decided to go into maybe to go and learn. And by the way, if you've not paid for any learning, you're doing injustice to yourself. We are told that you need to learn each day, and therefore don't be afraid of paying something small to just go and learn. So if you'd like to just learn about dorpers, if dorper is something that you want to do, I can encourage you to link up with Kiboys Breeders. They're on Facebook. They're everywhere. And you can just check on my Facebook post for this week or even YouTube, and you're going to find them. It's very key that at least you go and see what other farmers are doing, what are they struggling with, and how you can learn even before you bring in the goats or the dorpers. And for me, the key thing that why I went to for that training specifically is because I would like to increase my breeding. And here, when I say breeding, is more of the dorpers and also the gala goats, because that's what we are doing currently at Movie Farm. And I wanted to just learn about the feeds and what is growing for his dorpers and how to do the zero grazing part of it, because you can see the dorpers are just feeding on a very small space, and this space you can keep even up to 200, 150 of them, and then you just segregate or have housing depending on how you want to do them. And at least I looked at the feeding, and in the coming months, we are going to do our own feeds. I didn't want to start the project before planting the feeds, because you'll find that even for him, he had grown these feeds. You just don't bring animals and then you start struggling with feeding. So those are some of the things that I learned. Those are some of the challenges that farmers have. You have like a good project, but you bring in the stock or the breed, and then you don't have foods for them. So it was very key for me to just see the kind of feeding that he's doing, the kind of zero grazing that is doing there, and what structures I need, like now these feeders, because I do not have that at the farm. It's something that I want to just go and do. And also my other key takeaway was about the diseases, what are the diseases, how to control them. And I think I'm in a better place right now to ensure that I've taken that step, and I can understand. And even though that we were trained, I still want to experience it. I still want to go on the ground, like do it myself. And when you do it yourself is when you learn, you relearn, and you make mistakes. You learn from your mistakes, and you're even comfortable or even more challenged, or you understand what's happening, because different maybe climates or different scenarios will work differently for different people. So, and then the other thing that they were key to teach us was about marketing. This is whereby you need to talk and talk and talk of what you're doing, what you want to do. You need to post, you need to remind people that this is what you're known for, and this is what you're offering. So marketing is very key for almost everyone. And I'm happy that I did this. I'm happy that it worked out well. And I think I'm more confident in my next project. And of course, I will not start by not planting the feeds. I'll plant the alfalfas. I'll plant the super napier. Yeah, so and then I'm going to irrigate them, and therefore, and even the corn. So we are going to do that. So if you're a farmer of dorper, or if you're doing goats, or if you're doing galas, or whatever livestock that you're keeping, what are some of the challenges that you want us to talk about? What are some of those things that maybe you'd like to learn through this platform, or even maybe ask me and I'll be able to maybe guide you. But again, I think I will never say it enough. When you go into farming, you don't need to do it big. Even on that training, we were taught that where we found him is not where he started. So you can never start big, or it is not a must, or don't even start big, because when you start big, you'll make huge mistakes, which will lead you to huge losses. So can you start with that small project that you want? Plant a few feeds and keep even 5. Let's start even with 5, because 5 in a year will give you 10 in the next year. So can we just start on where we are and not like where we want to be? When you do that, then it becomes very easy. Like right now, if I start by planting the feeds, because I do not have these feeds in the farm, if I start by planting the feeds, then I will be comfortable to even handle, because right now I'm handling 40 under free range. I would like to handle maybe 100, but under zero grazing, and that way I'll be able to control my diseases promptly. I'll be able to keep more goats, because they're not messing up with the feeds and all that, and I'll be able to manage, and I'll be even able to market them, or even sell them out easily. And by the way, when we talk about breeding and reproduction, there's always a mistake whereby you put all your resources into other different things, or other different of course projects, or wherever, then you forget about your breed. And your breed is what will make you money. So if you have like a small capital, it's good to just start small, but put a little bit. At least 80% of the money should go to the breed, that is the flock, and then the rest can go into the structures. If not so, then you start a little bit as you construct. Remember that when I showed you about my goat house, I didn't start there. When you look at this machine, it's huge. It requires a lot of money, but there are smaller machines when you need to do silage for a small piece of land, or when you're doing for smaller animals, or yeah, there's a machine that you can start from, and then as you upgrade nicely. And I'm just happy that this training happened, and I'm happy that I got to network with different farmers. I'm happy that I got to see all these big machines that someone can have, and maybe it's a dream in the next few years. This will be me, or this will be movie farm. So that's like a good plus. And I'm just going to leave you with this video over here. I don't want to talk over it so much, but this is the video, and then I'm going to leave it some music at the very end. You can just enjoy as the goats. You hear how my tank has goats and not dorpers. It's because I would like to like just be having the goats. But again, yeah, this is just a dorper video. And by the way, it rained. Those guys have like good what is it called, good land. The weather is so nice. You know how I tell you, like, oh, it's sunny, it's hot in Makindo and all that. Look at this weather, look at that rain. It's very nice to just have that rain. And that's why you can see the feeds are doing so well. They don't have issues about irrigation and all that. Just like in our, like in Ukambani or in Makindu. And yeah, it's so nice. Oh, and then we were taught on how to make silage. We were taught on how to mix the grains with the hay and all that. But that will come when you are doing it yourself, like the percentages, how much soya do you put, how much brain grind do you need. That will be like on a trial basis. You do this, and then oh, okay, I need to increase the soya part because of the protein and all that. So everything comes with experience, and everything works out when you try it out. So thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time, please subscribe to our channel and let us know what you'd like us to teach you about, or to let you know. But in the coming months, I'll just be showcasing what we are doing at Movie Farm, so that I can just carry you along as I do the projects, and as we finish up all the projects that we have between July and December. Thank you so much for being here, and I will leave you with some good music.